Hi learners. So you might be having the question in your mind that what kind of hardware system that you use for cloth cloth 3D. So most of the learners when they start using it, they'll have the same questions in mind. So what kind of hardware? So whatever the laptop that you are using is sufficient for learning, or if you are a professional user, so what kind of system that you have to have for this. So just we'll go through the CLO website only for reference. So you just search in the Google, you'll get the support CLO 3D sets. So time to time the CLO will upload the requirements, right? So because whenever there is a change in the what you call the the new updates are coming, automatically you also have to upgrade your hardware. So the present system, that is April 20, 2022, we can go to the CLO support. As you can see here, the CLO system requirements for the April 2022, right? So today's, so you can see my date here, 25th for 2022, the latest detail I'm giving you, right? So according to the support team, what is the requirement? So you have the two places. One is the minimum requirement, and another one is the recommended requirement. So Windows, right? So you can see here the other system, you have the two systems which you can go work is the Windows operating system, and you have Mac operating system. Okay, so we'll go one by one. So you can see here the CLO software refers only to the CLO software installed, right, on your local computer. So this is for meant for the CLO only. So if you are on day-to-day basis, if you are using the CLO, that means you should have these set of things. So we just will go through the Windows 10 64-bit. Okay, so you have this configuration or later. So you have to mention your, when you're buying any laptop or your desktop, you have to go through this one. Windows 11 64-bit, then the AMD Ryzen, the 4th generation, right? It's starting 4th generation, but you can see the 9th generation 5000 series already it's in market. So Intel Core 7 to 8. If you are going for the Intel Core system, you should go for 9th 7 Core 7 or 9th, or already the 12th generation is in market, so you can go for the 12th generation, whichever is the latest. So the minimum requirement, so if you are a student, if you can't afford to have the name system, the minimum requirements that you should have on your laptop or a system. So AMD Ryzen 5, okay, the 1500X, Intel Core i5 with 6400, then we should have a minimum of 8 GB RAM, but nowadays in the market the 64 GB is available. So if you are working as a professional, if you are on a day-to-day basis, you are a designer, then I strictly recommend to go for 32 DDR4. Okay, you should go for DDR4. Okay, so some old system might be there in your factory or in your organization or design studio, so that may be older versions of DDR, so it will be much bit slower. So what you can do is you cannot upgrade it, but you can go for a new system, but DDR4 is recommended, right? Some systems might be having 16 GB, you can upgrade also if you are having the same DDR4. Then we also have the graphic cards, right? So the minimum graphic cards you should have, because we have to go through the simulation process. So when you go to the simulation and other things, other options which are there, so the Intel graphic cards will not function properly and it doesn't support. So you have to go for this particular GeForce GTX 960, which is the minimum quadro, or you can go for the RTX 3000 series and you are getting the latest one also, right? So RTX 3000 and above you can go for it. The latest versions also available right now. So then coming to the storage is 20 GB, already in the market. 1 terabyte, 1 TB, or 2 TB or 3 TB is already available. So because you have to store a lot of data, if you want to transfer it, if you want to make a library, right? So in factories and all, you will, I mean, studios and all, you have to save a lot of data. So I recommend you to go for at least minimum 2 TB for it. The screen sizes are there, right? So for graphics and all, you can go for 4K supported is you can go for. Otherwise you can go for the screens which are 27 inches, and Dell you can go for, so which is the one of the best monitors in the market in India. So 3-button mouse, as I told you, the internet connection is required. So these are the minimum requirements of the hardwares for the Windows operating system. You can go for 10 or 11, whichever is the latest, and AMD Ryzen 9 series. So as according to my knowledge, if you are going for this recommended one, so it may cost you around 1,50,000 rupees in the market, or it may range from 1,20,000. If it is if you are going for assembly and other things, it may cost you less, but it range from 1,20,000 and it may go up to 1,70,170 if you are going for it one. So this is the means recommended system that I am telling you. So you can go to the nearest stores and you can give your requirement accordingly. They can get you as per these requirements. So the most of the that things which are recommended over is you can find in the gaming desktops or the laptops, right? Okay, so some people are, they usually work on the Mac systems. So Mac is, you can go for recommend, this is the Mac released after 2018. Okay, so what my suggestion is this, okay, you just go through this AMD, which is mainly used for graphics purposes, right? If you're purchasing the new one, you can go for the AMD Ryzen 9009 1 Ryzen 9, right? Or you can go for this Intel Core 9 also, right? If you already have a system such as you are good at Mac and all, so you can go for this particular, the Mac which is released after 2018. Then you have to have the operating systems of these, then processor, that is Apple M1. Okay, here they have mentioned it wrong, so you have to mention the Apple M1, right? Then DDR4 or the 32 GB RAM, and the storage is 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte. So when you come to the Apple and all, you will get the best of the best monitors that you have, right? So this is the some of the 5K supported is also available. You can go for this particular screen where you can get the best results. Okay, so this is the system requirements for your using the cloth. I think you have understood the requirement of this, and it doesn't mean that okay, you cannot use this one. You can also work on the minimum requirements also. Not if you don't have the such a budget, what you can do is you can also practice on the lower versions, which is the minimum one that I am telling you. You can also work on the Ryzen also, but will be a bit slower, right? If you're working on the learning purpose, if you're a student, I recommend whatever you have is there, right? So you just upgrade your graphics or something if it can be upgraded. So I think most of the young students might be having these graphic cards, because they may play means for gaming and all, you normally use these things. Okay, so I think you understand. Okay, so just I will log off here today. Thank you all. I hope you understand. So this may